I love everything that you do, but I hate the way that you move. YouTube, welcome back to my channel. My name is Angel Uchiha. If y'all have never been here before, if y'all have, thank y'all so much for coming back. I appreciate y'all for liking, commenting, subscribing, running those views up, all the things that y'all do to show this channel love. I definitely appreciate it. So with that being said, as y'all can see by the title of today's video, I am finally, after damn near a year, I am finally continuing the story of my toxic ass baby dad. Okay. Now, if y'all don't know what I'm talking about, a while back I had dropped a video titled "My Ex Left Me for Dead" or "My Baby Dad Left Me for Dead." I can't remember which one I put. But it is down on my channel. So I kind of recommend that y'all check that video out first. It's not necessarily necessary. Like you can technically understand this video without watching that one. But I just feel like y'all would get so much more backstory. Like, certain things will just make more sense if y'all get the history between me and Thanos. Okay? So watch that video, don't watch it, whatever. Let's jump straight into it. So if y'all remember from the last video, I had made my way out of the homeless shelter and I had caught a bus all the way from Florida back home to Ohio. Okay? Boom. Soon as I touched down into Ohio, long story short, I find out that I'm pregnant. I'm going to spare y'all all the little details of like taking a test and all that stuff. It's not really necessary. Just know that I find out that I'm pregnant. So, boom. At first, I don't tell Thanos what's going on. Okay? I don't tell this nigga that I'm pregnant by him because we're not fucking with each other. If y'all remember the last story time, he took my phone, my car, my laptop. He took a bunch of valuable shit. And to this day, he denies that he intentionally took it, right? So when I first had left, I'm trying my best to contact him. And at first, I couldn't get in contact with him. So I'm hitting up mutual friends of ours like, hey, have y'all talked to Thanos? If so, tell him to give me my shit back. Not only that, but he now has access to my Cash App and all of my like social media accounts, blah, blah, blah. If y'all get somebody trying to request money from my Cash App, is not me, right? So I'm kind of putting the word out there. Like, tell this nigga to get my shit. Give me my shit. And if y'all see anybody saying anything weird or requesting money from any of my socials, is not me. Okay? Boom. So once I started doing that, then he reached out to me and kind of basically called himself trying to check me like, bitch, don't be telling people that I took your shit. I never took your shit. I was going to go charge the phones and the laptops at the store. That's why I took them. But mind you, if y'all remember from the previous story time, at the time that he took my shit, the stores are closed. Like you're lying. There's no way you were going to the store. Not only that, but the cops, they was sending units out. It was helicopters. Like if you would have been right across the street at the store, they would have found you, bro. You wouldn't have been in the store because the store was closed. So you would have been somewhere nearby. Like you're lying. So anyways, the reason why that's important is because we're beefing to the point where I ended up just having to block him on all of my socials because it's just getting real disrespectful at this point. So, long story short, I had a friend who, so there was my friend, and then she had a friend that I wasn't necessarily friends with. She was my friend's friend. So boom, I'm telling my friend about the whole situation and what's going on. I'm telling her that I found that I'm pregnant, and her friend is present while I'm doing all this, right? So boom, they both know that I'm pregnant. My baby dad at the time, Thanos, fuck yeah, I don't even like calling that nigga my baby dad. Thanos had a very bad habit of like adding everybody that I was friends with. Like he would go onto my Facebook and he would add all of the people that I was friends with on Facebook, at least the women, right? And kind of the same thing on Instagram. If I ever like introduced him to somebody, he would like go and try to find their socials or like contact them and shit. Like it was weird as fuck, y'all. So boom. The reason why that's important is because he had got in contact with my friend's friend, right? But behind my back, I had no clue about this. He had added my friend's friend on fucking Facebook. And he had started DMing her, asking her weird ass shit. Long story short, he was basically trying to fuck her, right? Um, and he had messaged her a few times on that type of, trying to fuck her, right? So he had her social medias and they was able to exchange DMs, but she told me, right? Unbeknownst to him, she told me and showed me the messages of him trying to fuck with her, right? So, like I said, at this point, I've blocked him on all my social media, so he can't contact me directly. Now, my cousins, my friend, like I've already warned them, if this nigga DMs you, ignore him, right? So my friend's friend that he DM trying to fuck, she obviously doesn't have him blocked, right? And he knows that she's in contact with me. So he DMs her basically trying to get back in contact with me. Like, tell her hit me up, blah 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 blah. Long story short, this bitch goes and tells him that I'm pregnant, right? So boom. I wasn't super mad because I was gonna tell him myself eventually, like he's it's his baby. Like eventually he's gonna have to know that I'm pregnant, right? Um, but I did kind of feel some type of way because it was like that wasn't your business to tell. Like if he was DMing you, bitch, I told you, block the nigga. Like ignore him. You don't gotta have no contact with him. If he was getting on your nerves or whatever. Um, so I did kind of feel some way, but it is whatever. It is what it is. Whatever. She told him that I was pregnant and he found out. So he starts making a bunch of like fake numbers and fake social medias to get in contact with me. Um, to, question about the baby or whatever. So I ignore him for like a couple weeks, but then I'm like, okay, look, bro. At the end of the day, it's his baby. You know, y'all may have beef going on, but you're gonna have to contact him. Like you're gonna have to establish some type of communication for the sake of the child, right? This is how I'm thinking. So finally I respond to, some of like I think it was a fake number. I don't know if I respond on social media or the phone. I just know one of the times that he tries to reach out to me from these fake numbers or accounts, I end up responding to him and we start talking again. So I'm so sorry if y'all hear rattling, but I gotta get a mic stand. I'm doing my best. Okay, we get in the background a little bit together. Next is the mic stand. So let me try to hurry up, y'all. So we start talking, and off rip, he wants me to come live with him in Jersey because at this point he's back in New Jersey where he's from. At first, when I first came back to Ohio, he was still in Florida, right? During the time that we're beefing back and forth about the phone and I end up blocking him and all that, he was still in Florida. But somewhere during our lack of communication, he came back to New Jersey. Boom. So when he found out that I was pregnant, he instantly was like, "Oh yeah, you need to come out here to Jersey. Like you need to, we need to, you know, you carrying my child. Like you need to be where I'm at." And I'm like, nigga, you have lost your rabbit ass mind. Like, if you think after the shit that I just went through with you in Florida, that I'm finna pack up my shit and come stay with you anywhere, that's dead. No. Um, yeah, no, I'm not coming. I'm not packing nothing up. I'm not uprooting myself. I had ended up getting a job working at the hospital. I had started putting shit in motion to try to get on AMHA, to get food stamps, stuff like that. So I'm like, look, no, I'm getting the ground back under my feet up here. I'm not dropping everything to come run off with you again, especially after the way that you endangered me and disrespected me. just a few months ago. So once I refuse multiple times to come out to Jersey with him, he gets back disrespectful again. He starts cussing me the fuck out, just like, bitch, you blah, 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 da, da, da. Boop, hang the phone up. Once I hang the phone up, he starts blowing me up, boom, block. Once I block him, he starts again making a bunch of fake pages, fake numbers, trying to contact me. I'm blocking all of them, blocking all of them, blocking all of them. Boom. Y'all. So for the longest, I kept this nigga blocked. Do I want to go into super detail? Yeah, I kept this nigga blocked. Because I'm not dealing with your bullshit. Y'all, it got to the point where this man leaked my nudes because that's how he is. Like, if he wants to try to demand my time, my energy, or demand communication out of me, and I won't respond to him or won't give into it, he starts getting very petty and malicious. Um, so in this situation, like I said, he leaked my nudes. He made fake pages pretending to be me, posting my nudes on them, DMing people, trying to sell pussy as me, right? Basically trying to scam people out of money. Um, he'll start doing shit like messaging all my friends and family, commenting all over their social media. Like, if they don't respond to his DMs, he'll go on their posts on Facebook or on their posts on Instagram and start spamming comments in their fucking comment section. Like, just embarrassing. Very, very much embarrassing. Okay. So I'm telling everybody, like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Block him. Once again, if this nigga messages you, if he comes on your stuff, just block him. Right. So this kept up for a little while. And then I guess once he seen, like, no matter what he did, I'm not going to cave in, he eventually stopped contacting me. Right. And so this went on pretty much uneventful all the way up until the point where I'm about, I think, 7 months pregnant. 8 months. I want to say I'm 8 months pregnant when I finally reach out to him. Right. And I know y'all thinking, like, why the fuck would y'all do that? I mean, you do that. In all honesty, I just started to feel like vulnerable. I don't know. I guess I kind of went into nesting mode and I started to feel like I'm about to have a baby by myself. Like, I'm about to have a whole baby and the dad's not going to be there. And I don't want that. Like, I don't want the same cycle that I had, me growing up without my father. Like, I want my daughter to have her father, right? Um, I want him to be there. I don't want to be in a hospital bed, like, just pushing the baby out by myself, you know? And, maybe I start thinking in my head, like, maybe things will be different. The first time me and him tried it, we didn't have a child together. We didn't have, a big responsibility to take care of together. Like, maybe he'll change when he has a child to care for, right? This is how my mind is thinking. Dumb as fuck, right? So I hit him up and I'm like, hey, I just wanted to let you know that, you know, I'm due within like the next 2 months. Um, if you wanted to come to the birth, then I'm open with that. You can't come here, right? Because that's the thing. He at this point he knows that I'm not coming there. But once I unblock him and start talking to him, he starts trying to come where I am. And I'm like, no, that's dead. I'm still living with my grandma and she doesn't want to see your face. Like, if she sees your face, she's calling the cops. So you can't come live here, but you can at least, like, start get your shit together and you can come and be present for the birth of the child, you know, whatever. I'm about to get an apartment soon. So maybe once I get the apartment, then you can come and stay with me and the baby, but you can't come live at my grandmother's house anymore. That's dead, right? Boom. So for the last 2 months of my pregnancy, we're on good terms. The only hiccup is he's now met this group of people. He's met this dude that lives in Louisiana. Okay. And he met this person on an app called Bigo. If y'all know what Bigo is, okay, it's like a live streaming app. So he met this person on this Bigo app and he invited me to join on the app. So now I'm talking to this person that he met. And we just gonna call the person Jesus. Okay. And y'all will see why. So he met this person called Jesus. And if I don't get into Jesus in this story time, y'all, just know Jesus will have his own separate story time because this shit is crazy. Okay. So he met Jesus on the app called Bigo. He invites me onto the app and I meet Jesus in this other group of people that he started talking to. So if y'all remember from the first story time, the whole point of me and Thanos moving to Florida was to try to learn how to live off of the land, right? We lived out of a tent and we're trying to learn how to live off of nature, right? And our goal was to purchase our own land and our own like resources to be able to go ahead and be able to sustain ourselves, right? So I guess these people that he met on Bigo, they were on the same type timing, right? They had the same goals and they had came up with a plan to all go and link up in Louisiana, right? Or it was something that was kind of being thrown out there. So Thanos like, yeah, we need to go to Louisiana. We need to go meet up with our soul tribe. We need to go meet up with our frequency so that we can continue the mission, right? Like I said, I'm like, hell no. At this point, my job is doing good by me. I done saved the money. I done bought myself a car. Like I said, I'm about to get my apartment in the next couple months because I'm sick of waiting on AMHA. At this point, I've been on AMHA for 8 months and I'm nowhere near the start line. Sidebar, I ended up getting denied by AMHA because I have a fucking weed charge. Ain't that stupid? I had a possession charge for like an eighth. Not even that. It was less than that. And they banned me from AMHA. Anyways, point is, it's a good thing that I ended up putting into motion to get my own apartment because I wasn't even going to get approved for AMHA. But that's besides the point. So I'm like, no, I'm about to get my apartment. I got my car already. I got food stamps. I didn't signed up for WIC. Like, I got a good job. It's paying me well. Like my ducks are in the order and I'm not dropping it to take off to go live in fucking Louisiana with you and these random ass people. Right? Boom. So he feels some type of way about that. And we kind of get into it over that, but we end up, making it up. And yeah, I ain't gonna keep dragging this part out too much. Just know that I end up going into labor, y'all. I end up going into labor, and Thanos is still not here. Why? Because he's a fucking bum. Like I don't know what else to tell you. Like, we both had the same 9 months to prepare for this child. I took my pregnant ass to the fucking hospital and I got me a job working as a housekeeper. I saved up my money. I purchased a car. I purchased a car seat, playpen, crib, like all the stuff necessary for a baby. And I prepared. Thanos, I don't know, y'all. I don't know what the fuck Thanos was doing besides sitting on his fucking ass, right? So when the time comes for me to go in labor, he's still not here. He's still nowhere near here. He doesn't have any money to get on the bus. Like he misses the birth, y'all. He misses the birth. So I end up having my baby by myself anyways. Two of my cousins came to support me, which I appreciate. But as far as my child's father being there, I was by myself. So boom. Fast forward a couple months later to where my baby is about 3 months old. I end up buying my apartment or put my deposit down for my apartment. Um, and I'm telling Thanos about this. Soon as I tell him that, he's like, yeah, I need to be there. Like, it's already been 3 months. I ain't been in my child's life. 3 months of my child's life have been stolen from me. Nigga, how the fuck has anything been stolen from you? I told you months ago to get your ass some money saved up, get on the fucking bus, plane, whatever, and come see your child be born. Save up some money for like a Airbnb or a hotel, something like something, or we could try to put something in line to try to find you somewhere else to stay. You just can't stay here with my grandmother. But you had 9 months, bro. That's the thing. This man had 9 months to try to figure something out or make something shake to be present for his child. And he did nothing. He sat on his fucking ass. So, how is somebody, what do you mean 3 months have been stolen from you? But I'm ditzy at this time. I'm a dumbass. So, when he's going on this tangent about not being in his child's life and, you know, time being stolen from him and I should have never left from him. Like I should have still been with him. I should have came out there to Jersey when he told me to. Like basically just making me feel like it's my fault that he's not with his child. My dumbass, I start to like get sucked in and feel bad, right? So I go into my fucking pocket and I buy this nigga a bus ticket so that he can come back to Ohio and see his daughter, right? Now, I put the deposit down on the apartment, but the move-in date isn't for like 2.5 more weeks, something like that. So I even pay for this nigga to stay in a motel for 2 weeks whilst we wait on the move-in date for the apartment. I didn't, like I said, I didn't put the deposit down. I bought all the furniture, groceries, because my food stamps. Yeah, my food stamps ain't. I ain't get food stamps yet. I'm tripping. I said I had food stamps before, but I ain't get food stamps until after this. So the food, the groceries, the furniture, the cleaning supplies. I even bought this nigga a PlayStation, like everything by my fucking self, and put this nigga in a motel whilst we're waiting for the move-in date, and this nigga's not doing shit. Okay. Also, he can be with his daughter. So I'm living out the hotel with him and my baby for like 2 weeks, and then we move into the apartment. And long story short, the conversation that we had before I brought him out was like, okay, I'm gonna pay for you to come out here. I'm gonna let you stay with me, but we gotta be a team. I can't do everything by myself, bro. Like if you gonna come out here, you gotta help. And he was like, yeah, I don't know about getting a job, but long story short, this nigga thought he was gonna sell weed. I'm gonna cut y'all all the bullshit. This nigga was like he gonna sell weed in order to help pay the bills and support, right? So not only did I pay for all this shit for the apartment, but I also paid for the bag for this nigga to get started selling weed, right? I fronted this nigga the money to re-up, right? Y'all, why this nigga smoke the weed? This nigga smoked the fucking weed instead of selling it. And then he started asking me for more money to get more weed for him to smoke. The same problem that we had last time. So long story short, everything's going pretty normal up until this point where he smokes up all the money that smokes up all the weed that he was supposed to sell, and it starts trying to get more money out of me to buy more weed, right? So at first I'm kind of just going for it, whatever. I don't want to hear his mouth. So I'm giving him $40 here. He's smoking that up. $40 here, $40 here, $40 there, right? Um, but I start to do the math like, look, I gotta pay this rent and utilities. I got a $300 car note. My car insurance is almost $300 because I'm a young driver. Like, um, the baby got diaper. I gotta buy the baby diapers. She's on WIC, but she drinks so much milk that before the next month is up, she ends up needing more formula, and I have to buy that out of my pocket, right? So I'm doing the math. Like at this rate, I can't keep sitting here coming off $40 every other day for you to buy weed. It's not going to work. Like we're going to run out of money, right? So you gotta find something else. You gotta find either you gotta find a job, or I can't buy you no more weed. I'm sorry. So y'all know this nigga don't want to get no fucking job. He jump on some, oh, I'm a god. Um, I'm a king. I shouldn't have to work. blah 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 blah. That's what you're for, to serve me. You know, yeah, like I don't have to work. I'm a god. Y'all bring me offerings. Y'all humans bring me offerings, and I that's all I need. Nigga, what? Nigga, you sound crazy as fuck if you don't get your bum ass up, right? But I ain't say it like that. I'm trying to be, honey, like, babe, babe, listen, 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 listen. I hear you, okay? I know you're God. I know the black man is God. Boom, 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 whatever. Here's what I can do. Like, you can take my car, okay? You can drop me off at work, and then you can take the car so that you can get to work. We can go get your ID, because this nigga don't got no ID, nothing. We can go get your ID. We can go, like, figure all that out, and you can get a job at the temp service. I know you got felonies, so trying to get a regular job is going to be hard, but you can definitely get a job working at the temp service. And like I said, if they don't provide transportation for the jobs that they have available, you can just take my car and just drop me off at work, and then you take the car to go to work. Boom, boom, right? This nigga don't want to do it. Okay, boom. You don't want to get a job. I'm not buying shit else other than paying the bills and the gas and the car note and all that stuff. I'm not buying you no more weed. I'm sorry. Boom. Soon as I put my foot down on buying this nigga weed, all shit hit the fucking fan. This nigga starts putting his hands on me, taking my shit once again. Like, pretty much how what happened was, when I told him no, I'm not gonna give him money for weed, he would take my card and go take the money off anyways, right? So like, I'll go to sleep and I'll just wake up the next morning, or in the middle of the night, whenever I'll wake up, and he's gone. My car keys are gone. My car is gone. This nigga then left and went to the ATM and took money off my card, and bought weed whilst I was asleep, right? So it got to the point where I started sleeping with my card on me. And when he would try to get it, we would get into physical fights because I wouldn't give him my fucking card. So this went on. This went on for like maybe a week or two before I was like, I'm over this shit. Right. And I tried to get him kicked out my house. I called the cops, and wait, did it, was this the first time? Oh, no, 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 no. Okay, okay, okay. So this is how this was the final straw. This is what happened. We're fighting, right? We're fighting back and forth. We're getting into it, whatever the case may be. So, boom, my cousin came up from Atlanta, right, to visit. We're gonna call him. What should I call my cousin? Uh, Fuck it. I don't know. We just gonna call this nigga Bob. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I don't. We're not about to be here all day. We just gonna call the nigga Bob, right? So my cousin Bob comes up from Atlanta, to visit me and my other cousin Jay. We gonna call her Jay. So Bob comes up to visit me and my cousin Jay, and we were like this, like we was in like a little clique like this before he moved to Atlanta, right? So when he comes to the city, he visits us, right, and we all hang out, and we be inseparable the whole time that he's in town, right? And so this time nothing's any different. He comes up, and he stops at my house. We all hanging out, smoking, chilling, vibing, right? And then the next time we go to Jay's house and we all hang out, smoking, chilling, vibing, right? All of a sudden, I get a text message from Thanos like, you know, you better have the cops here when you get back, because how did he word it? Like, basically he gonna fuck me up. Like, I don't remember exactly how he worded it, but basically he was bold enough to text me like, you might as well go ahead and have the cops uh ready when you get back, because I'm finna fuck you up, right? So me, I don't even play like that. I don't even play like that. I call the fucking cops. Nigga, I don't know if you thought you was playing or what, But no, I already know. Like I said, we already been getting into physical fights because he trying to take my shit. So when he say that, I believe him. So I call the cops and I have them beat me there ahead of time, right? Long story short, I try to get the cops to kick him out of my house, but they end up telling me that they can't take him because he's been here for more than 30 days, and because there's no like, basically it's my word versus his, which now that I'm thinking about it, that's kind of stupid because I have the messages in my phone where he literally threatened me. So, but I guess that wasn't substantial enough for them. The point is, there's no like immediate proof of us fighting or him putting his hands on me or whatever the case may be. So they're telling me because he's been there longer than 30 days and this is his place of residence, he has his clothes here, he eats, sleep, whatever here. They can't just take him. He has squatters' rights. So I have to go to court and get him evicted. Mind you, this is taking place in early 2020. If y'all remember, due to COVID, everything is shut the fuck down, including the little domestic court that I have to go to get him evicted. That shit is like, I don't remember. Again, it's been like 3 years now. I don't remember exactly what was going on, but it was temporarily closed to where I couldn't go like the next day and do this shit. It was some type of like delay on me being able to go to the court and get this nigga evicted. So I was stuck in a position to where pretty much the only thing I could do was leave myself. So I had Jay and Bob help me move my stuff out of the house and take it back to my grandmother's house. Wait, wait, no, 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 no. How, he wasn't there. How did it go? How did it go? I want to say he left. Like after the cops came. Boom! I called the cops. They got there damn near at the same time as me. They told me that they couldn't kick him out. There was nothing they can do, and he ended up leaving. Like I don't remember, y'all. It's been 3 fucking years, so I don't remember where he went. But I know he ended up leaving the house, but he took my key with him so that he can get back into the house, right? And even if he didn't take the key, the cops told me it's to the point that if I try to lock him out the house, by law, he could like bust a window to get back in because this is technically his place of residence and he's been locked out his place of residence. So it's that serious, y'all. So I just know Thanos ends up leaving. Like, I don't know if he went to go get some more weed or what, but he ends up leaving and he takes the keys with him. Like he really won't get the fuck out of my house. So I'm pissed. I move all of my shit out, and I have Jay and Bob help me move all of my shit out the house, and pack it up to take it back to my grandma's house. But in the process, me and Jay are fucking the house up because I'm like, nigga, okay, if you ain't gonna get the fuck out my house, nigga, I'm gonna make you get out my house, okay? Like you can stay here. Okay, you can stay here, but I'm going to make it the most miserable experience of your life. So I took everything. I took the TV, the PlayStation, um, all the food in there. I took all the food up out of there. I took the toilet paper, all of that. I took the soap to wash your ass, the toothpaste, all of his clothes and stuff. I took that shit, threw it in a dumpster and dumped all the food over it, all the milk and stuff like that. Like, okay, you want to put your hands on me, you want to take my money, you want to disrespect me, and then you don't want to get the fuck out of my house. Okay, boom, cool, you can stay there, but I bet you're gonna be the only thing in the fucking house. You're not gonna be I took the Wi-Fi router, nigga, because this nigga phone wasn't on, he had to use the Wi-Fi router. I took the Wi-Fi. You gonna be in this bitch. It's just gonna be you and four walls. You ain't gonna be able to wipe your butt when you do because I got all the money. You ain't gonna be able to wipe your butt. You ain't gonna be able to take no shower. You ain't gonna be able to brush your teeth. You ain't gonna be able to eat nothing. It's just gonna be you in these four walls. So I suggest you get the fuck on. I suggest you call one of your siblings or something, have them come get you. Like, get out my shit. Right? y'all, and I know y'all about to listen to this like, bitch, you are dumb. Like you're a dumb hoe. Okay? So I get to my grandma's house, y'all, and two things. The whole time I'm at my grandma's house, he's like messaging me and calling me and like, babe, I'm so sorry. You know, I love you. Like, you know, we got to do better for our daughter and blase, blase, blah. Then I'm laying there, I'm starting to feel like, bro, I just paid the rent. Like, literally, like 2 days before all this shit happened, I just paid the rent. And I'm laying at my grandma's house. You know, I started to feel some type of way. Like, this is my apartment. I worked all of these months while I was fucking pregnant to save up, to put this deposit down, get this furniture, and get a place of my own to stay. You know, I just paid the fucking rent. I'm broke because I spent the last of my money paying the rent. And I'm staying at my grandma's house. That's not right. This is my shit. I should not have to be the one to get out of my shit because of this nigga, right? Then on top of that, he's like I said, he's in my ear. I love you. I'm sorry. This is where you belong. Do 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 do. Y'all, I know. Just go pause the video. Go ahead in the comment section and call me a dumb bitch. You don't even gotta pause the video no more. Especially you know, just scroll down and just call me a dumb bitch because I know. I went back over there, y'all. I went back. I moved all my shit back. Literally the next day, y'all. I moved all of my shit back. And I went back. And I'm sitting over there looking stupid because like I said, I done dumped all the food out, all the soap, everything. So now I'm uncomfortable in my own shit and I had to go rebuy everything. So things were good for a couple days. And then we got into it again, y'all. We got into it again over I don't even know if I want to go this deep into everything because it's so much. Long story short, we started getting tight for money because like I said, I just spent the last of my money paying the rent plus rebuying all the shit that I threw away. Um and he keeps spending money on fucking weed. So once again I deny giving him money for weed because I'm like, bro, I don't have the money. I don't know what to tell you. I don't have it. It's not even just me saying no at this point. At this point, I don't have it. So he's mad about that. And he ends up coming up with the idea to get more money. I'ma spare y'all all the details. Long story short, this nigga wants me to sell my pussy. Yes. This nigga wants me to prostitute in order to get money, right? To buy fucking weed. Cause he's not concerned about the rent, okay? And my job can cover the rent. He's mad because there's no extra money to blow on fucking weed and bullshit. Plus, if y'all remember earlier, he wants to go to Louisiana. He does not want to be in Ohio right now. He's still holding on to the idea of going to Louisiana to link up with Jesus and the other group of people, right? So he still has it in his head like we're going to Louisiana. We need the money, we need to save up, get the resources, blah blah blah. Do. So you need to do this in order to get us the money. And I'm like, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. So when he first says it, of course I'm like, hell no, I'm not doing that shit. But after a couple weeks of arguing and fighting and feeling miserable, like I can't get this nigga out of my house. I have pretty much nowhere to go. Like, you know, if I leave this motherfucker, I'm gonna have to break my lease. Like, I don't know. Like, it's just a lot of shit going through my head of like, I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this. Like, he's literally keeping me up at night, y'all. Like, he's literally it's gotten to the point where he's trying to convince me to be a fucking prostitute, right? And it's not like he's just throwing it out there and then leaving it alone. Like he's ranting about it. He's going on for hours and hours and hours ranting about it. I remember this one particular time I came home from work. Oh, we're not there yet. So he's going off, he's ranting, he's fighting with me, we're arguing, like it's hell. So I finally say, fine, I'll do it. Just to get him to shut up, right? Because the way he wanted me to do it was he wanted me to post on this website called Skip the Games. Okay. So the main thing he keeps going off about is like, you need to be making this page, you need to be making this page, you need to be making this page, you need to post on Skip the Games, blah, blah, blah. So I finally just give in and say, okay, fine, I'll make the account. But in my head, I'm thinking, I'm just gonna make it just to get him to shut up. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just like, I don't think anybody gonna DM me, but if they do, I'm gonna just delete the messages and tell him I ain't getting no responses. That way, like just to stall him out. Like I act like I'm going along with it, but then I'll sabotage it so that I don't actually have to do it, right? So I say fuck it and I make the post, right? Just to get him to shut up. So long story short, I did what I said I was gonna do. Like I played it off like, oh, ain't nobody saying nothing. I don't know. I made the post. I don't know. I'm not nobody saying nothing. Right? So now he's like, okay, fuck it. We finna go to the strip club and we gonna park outside and we gonna see, what niggas, you know, like it's gonna be a lot of horny niggas with money at the strip club and you just gonna work your magic and we gonna bring them back here. Nigga, what? What the fuck I'm not going to no strip club and picking up no random ass niggas and bringing them back to my fucking apartment where our child lays her head at. You're insane. You're insane, right? And so, mind you, this particular night that we're having this conversation, I just got off of work. It's after 11 o'clock at night. I'm tired, and this nigga won't let me go to sleep. He's pacing back and forth across the floor. He's screaming, he's yelling. Every time I try to fall asleep, he runs up in my face like he's about to hit me. Like the nigga's just acting fucking crazy. Like, and he won't shut the fuck up. So at this point, y'all, I'm just sad. I'm over it. I feel drained. I feel like there's nothing else that I can do. I don't want to leave my apartment, but I feel like what else can I do? This nigga's getting more and more unhinged by the day. I tried to stall this nigga into, and going along with it, but this nigga's relentless. So I think I called the cops again. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. This shit was so fucking messy. We got into so many arguments and so many fights. I don't remember exactly which one was which, but just know one of the final times we got into a fight, I called the cops again. Okay, yeah. So we arguing back and forth about this, about me selling my pussy, and I'm talking about I'm not finna do it. And at this point, I'm so over it. I'm like, bro, get out my house, get off my bed. I'm not sleeping with you. Like you're not sleeping next to me. Like the way you have no respect for me. The fact that I'm the mother of your child and you would even try to pimp me off. Like you don't give a fuck about me. You're so selfish. Like get out my bed. Get the fuck out my bed. And I'm trying to make him get off my bed, right? And he won't get off my bed. Um, and I start trying to push him off my bed, like not necessarily like hard, like shoving him, but I'm like pushing him, like move, get off my bed. I'm not playing, go, get off my bed, move. Like I'm pushing him, right? This nigga turns around and he punches me hard as fuck in my jaw to the point where I flip off the bed, y'all. Like I wish I can reenact this shit. I literally do a tumble off the fucking bed and I hit my back on my dresser, right? My dresser is like perpendicular to my bed. No, not perpendicular. Parallel. My dresser is parallel to my bed. So he punches me in my jaw and I like do a somersault off the fucking bed and I slam my back against the dresser and I had like this big cut on my back from it. Y'all, I go off. I start throwing shit, like anything I can get my hands on. I start throwing it. Get the fuck out! Get out of my house! Like I'm throwing. I'm going crazy. Like glad like the glad perfume bottles and shit. Like I'm throwing everything that I can get my hands on at this nigga. Like, get the fuck out of my house. Get out of my house, right? And it's the middle of the night. So he gets up and he actually leaves, but he takes my car keys and the house keys with him, right? Obviously, so he can get back in, and he took my car keys so I can't leave. Um, and so I start chasing after him, like, give me my shit. Mind you, it's in the middle of the night. I'm barefoot, I'm half naked, like, and I'm chasing after him down the sidewalk, like, give me my fucking shit back. Like, as y'all can see, he has a bad habit of whenever I try to kick him out or whenever I try to leave or any type of thing we fall out, he always taking my stuff. Like, that's something he has a really bad habit of doing. He's always taking my stuff, right? Even prior to this time, he had took the license plate off my car because I was trying to leave. Like, I think the first time I was trying to leave to go to my grandma's, something like I said, we got into it so many times, y'all. Is like it's all blurring together. But I know one of the times I was gonna leave, he took my license plates out of my car, and he took like the battery, the thing that did he take the whole battery out? Did he take my whole battery out, or did he just the things that like you gotta unscrew to hold the battery in there? Something he did something with my battery, and I couldn't move my car. So he has a very bad habit. The other time he took my keys and he threw it into like the neighbor's backyard. Like, he does this shit. Whenever we fall out, he'll take my keys or my phone or my money. Like, he'll take something important so that I can't maneuver, right? So this night, that's what he does. He takes my car keys and he takes the house keys and he takes off running down the street. Mind you, the baby's still in the house, so I can't even really take off and chase this nigga because the baby's in the house. So I chase him down the sidewalk a little bit, but I ended up having to just let him go because I have to go back to the baby. So I call the cops again and basically tell them, like, find this nigga. He took my shit. I don't want him in my house. Please get this man out my fucking house. But it keeps coming back to the same cycle of, we can't make him move. You have to get him evicted. Blah, 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 blah. Y'all, at this point, I'm so fucking over it. I called Jay and Bob again. And I'm like, can y'all please just help me move my shit? I know y'all helped me move it the first time and I came back. Please just help me. Please. Right? So they helped me once again come get my shit out the house. And I ride with Jay because, like I said, he still has my keys. Um and yeah. So long story short, I came back. I'm gonna just fucking wrap it up to you. But this time I stayed longer. This time I was at my grandma's house for a couple of weeks. Um Before I ended up coming back. I had to come back anyways. I can't, y'all, I'm not gonna lie to y'all with this story. Shit so like mixed up. Like, I know I came back at some point to get my keys because he still had my car and my house keys. So I popped back up with Jay. I had Jay bring me back, and he was at the house, and he ended up giving me my keys and shit back, and I got my car and I left and I came back to my grandma's house, and I stayed there for a couple of weeks before I moved back in, right? Now, y'all, I'm gonna try to wrap this up. Once I moved back in the final time, he has a grudge against my cousins, especially Bob. Now, mind you, from day one, this nigga Thanos had an issue with Bob because he did not believe he was my cousin. I don't know why. To this, I can't tell you why. But when I first told him that Bob was my cousin, he didn't want to believe it. Like, he kept acting like he was some nigga, right? So, with that being said, after I came back to the apartment and moved back in, I guess he felt some type of way Not guess, I know he felt some type of way about Jay and Bob helping me move out, because he goes off on a tangent about that, like, yeah, like, then that nigga gonna come over here in my house and take your shit up out of here, like he running shit, blah 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 blah, like that nigga a bitch, blah blah. I'm like, bro, that's my cousin. What are you talking about? That nigga, like, he's my cousin, and Jay's my cousin too. Like, why do you got so much animosity towards Bob? Like, what is your problem? They only came over here and helped me because they're my cousins and I asked them to help me. Like, so he still keep, he going off on his little tangent. Yeah, like, that nigga better not ever come over here again. You better not bring that nigga over here again. Like, that nigga step foot in here again. Do-do-do-do, boo-boo-boo, do-do-do. I'm like, bro, whatever, whatever, whatever. So I go to sleep. I ain't paying him no attention. So I wake up the next day, right? And this nigga Thanos, like, yeah, so I see your cousin pussy. I see that nigga pussy. I'm like, what are you talking about? He like, I told that nigga, I wanted to fight. I told that nigga I wanted to beat his ass. And he ain't never respond. And I'm like, what are you talking about? He said, I went on that nigga's Instagram and I told him that, you feel me, like, I want to fight, man to man. I want to fight. You what? Y'all. This nigga takes out his phone and shows me where he went onto Bob's Instagram profile. Because, like I said, y'all, he has this fucking habit of stalking my social media and adding all of my friends and following all of my people and harassing them and shit. Like, if we break up, he blows them up to try to get in contact with me, or he'll DM them and like try to fuck the women that I follow. He got my weed man blocked me because of this nigga before, y'all. He threatened to rob my weed man, and the nigga blocked me. So this is something he has a bad habit of doing. So he found Bob's Instagram off of my Instagram, and he went on Bob's page, and on one of his most recent posts, he threatened to beat Bob's ass and talk about how he want to fight him and blah 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 blah. And I'm like, oh my god, because at this time Bob has like a decent follower. He has like following. He has like I want to say he almost had like 20K followers on Instagram, something like that. So I'm like, bro, like all of his followers probably seeing is like embarrassing. This is so embarrassing. Okay. So I start, the first thing I do, me, Jay, and Bob are in a group chat. So the first thing I do, I run to the group chat and I'm like, Bob, I'm so sorry. Ignore that shit. Like, I was asleep. I didn't know he was gonna post that. Like, I'm making him delete it right now. Like, don't even pay no attention. It's too late, y'all. Bob's already pissed. Like, Bob's already seen it. He's already on 100. Like he's not trying to hear nothing I'm saying. Like, no, fuck that. Where that nigga at? I'm finna beat that nigga ass. Do 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 whoop do 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 whoop. And me, I'm like, no, like, don't do that. Don't, like, no, I'm sorry. Look, I'm gonna try to get him to delete it. Like, and like, in between this, I'm talking to Thanos and I'm texting him. I'm talking to Thanos. I'm texting him. And I finally get Thanos to delete the post. So I'm like, look, see, he deleted it. It's gone. Like, just let it go. Right. And so this is where I guess the lie going around the family starts getting told that I was trying to protect Thanos. Y'all, fuck Thanos. I don't care about Thanos. Like, it was never that. My whole thing was I didn't want them to get into a fight and then my cousin get hurt, or my cousin hurt him and then my cousin end up going to jail, or like I didn't want nothing fucked up to happen because of me. Right? That's how I'm thinking. It's like, if one of y'all get hurt, it's gonna be my fault. If y'all get involved in any kind of bullshit or drama, it's gonna be my fault. Especially because I went back to the nigga and I was the one that asked y'all to come help me move my stuff. So I kind of felt like if anything fucked up happened, it was gonna be my fault. So I was trying to avoid any type of conflict or clash, right? So this nigga Bob, he's not listening. He's pissed. He wants to fight Thanos. But Bob don't got no car up here, right? So he can't really maneuver around. So he's hitting Jay up like, Jay, come pick me up so I can come fuck this nigga up. So I'm talking to Jay like, bro, don't do it. Like, don't go get this nigga. Don't, like, let's just go to work. Just leave it alone. Like, I'll keep him away from y'all. Like, whenever we link, we can just link at your house. Like, this don't gotta be the drama that it is, right? They not listening. Jay's like, no, like he shouldn't have never said nothing to Bob. Like, it's too late for that. Do 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 do. Woo woo. Like, whatever. So, long story short, y'all, I make the executive decision of I'm gonna stay home from work and I'm finna just take this nigga with me wherever I go so that he's not at the house. Because at this point, Bob is like, I'm finna pull up. And I'm finna bring my niggas with me and blah 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 blah. And it's finna be a problem. So I'm like, okay. At this point, I'm gonna take this nigga with me so that he's not at the house. So that if Bob does pull up, they can't even cross paths. Like, you can pull up all you want to, but he's not gonna be here, right? So at the time, I had to finish moving the rest of my stuff out of my grandma's house. So that's what I did. Went to my grandma's house and I took Thanos with me. And while I'm inside getting my stuff together, I left Thanos in the car. Y'all. So, like I told y'all before, my room is in the attic at my grandmother's house. So I'm upstairs in the attic and I'm moving stuff around, getting stuff together. And I start hearing all this commotion, like all this yelling and fussing and somebody storming around inside the house. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So I go downstairs, y'all. Why the fuck is so Bob is in the house storming around like he looking for something. And I'm like, what you doing? He ain't answering me. I'm like, Bob, like, what's going on? This nigga, nah, bro. Nah, I know grandma got a hammer around here somewhere. I know granny got a hammer. I'm like, what the fuck? What you about to do with a hammer? Like, what is what is going on? So I go outside. Jay's outside in her car. She didn't brought Bob here. But then also Jay's sister is outside too. And she done brought our other cousin. So in total is Bob, Jay's sister, and our other cousin. So I got 4 cousins outside the house, right? Well, Bob's inside storming around, and I got 3 cousins outside. And I'm like, bro, what are y'all doing? Like, what the fuck are y'all what are y'all doing? Like, oh, just stay out of this area. We just want that nigga. Like, tell that nigga to get out the car. Tell that nigga to get the fuck out the car. I'm like, bro, why are y'all trying to do this in front of grandma's house? Like, this is the worst possible time for y'all to be trying to do this shit. Like, just leave it alone. Like, my grandma don't live in the hood. She live in like, it's like mid, it's not like a bougie white people area, but it's not the hood either. It's like, well, it's not the hood in the sense of this ain't the projects. You feel me? Like, y'all can't just be out here screaming and hollering and fighting. Like, one of these neighbors is gonna call the cops type shit. So y'all are gonna get in trouble. That's all that's gonna happen. Even if he do get out the car right now and agree to fight y'all, one of these neighbors, one of these old ass neighbors is gonna call the cops. And then all of y'all, especially if y'all are in the midst of jumping on him or anything like that, y'all are gonna go to jail. So, like I said, I'm telling them no. And they're taking it as me trying to defend Thanos. But I'm trying to not, you feel me? Like, I'm trying to alleviate the situation. I don't want y'all to get in trouble or get hurt or anything like that because y'all trying to fight my baby dad. Like, this shit is stupid. Leave. Like, then I start getting mad at my cousin because she starts like airing my business out. Like, oh, you got this nigga beating on you around your daughter and da 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 da, and this nigga sitting in your car and blah blah blah, and this nigga that, and this nigga he's staying in your house, and I'm like, bro, why the fuck is you yelling my business at the top of your lungs? Like, you're disrespectful. Like, this ain't even got nothing to do with you. I don't even fuck with you like that. I don't know you all like that. So I'm at the same time I'm looking at Jay like, you was telling this bitch my business, because I don't talk to this bitch at all. So, and I ain't told nobody else my situation. You and you and Bob are the only two people that know my situation, and I know Bob don't be talking to your sister. It's you. Why was you going telling your sister all of my business to the point where she in my front yard yelling it out to the top of her lungs, all the neighbors looking out the window, like listening to what's going on? Like, that's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. Like, stop. Right? So I start getting into it with her, like, bro, shut up. Like, shut up. Why is you yelling my business? Like, mind your business. This has nothing to do with you. I didn't call you over here. You don't even fully know what you're talking about. You just regurgitating information that you wasn't even supposed to know. So we start arguing back and forth. Like, and she like, oh, like, you trying to defend that nigga. Like, you're dumb as fuck. You're dumb as fuck, bitch. Blah, blah, blah. So Jay jump in like, don't call my sister a bitch. I'm like, bitch, mind your fucking business. I'll call you a bitch. The fuck? So now I'm arguing with Jay and her sister. Meanwhile, Bob is back outside still trying to get my baby dad to get out the car. Cause this bitch ass nigga, after he started all of this stuff, after he went on Bob's Instagram and harassed him, this nigga sitting in the car with all the windows rolled up and all the doors locked, refusing to get out the fucking car. So I'm outside arguing with Jay and fucking Jay's sister, and fucking Bob is outside of my car, trying to force pulling on the handles and stuff, trying to force the nigga to get out the car. My baby dad just sitting there. My other cousin that came with Jay's sister is just standing there watching all of this, like, the fuck. So it's embarrassing, y'all. It's embarrassing. So the argument between me and Jay's sister is getting more heated to the point where we're about to fight. Like, and she like, yeah, like, you scary as fuck. That's why you ain't trying to come over here. Like, you scary as fuck. You trying to protect that weak ass nigga. I'm like, bitch, ain't nobody scary the fuck. You're just disrespectful. Like, we sitting in front of grandma's house, in front of her neighbors. You got all these people out here looking at us like we're crazy. I'm not about to sit here and fight you in grandma's front yard. Like, are you dumb? So she like, well, come down here then. Let pull down the street then. Pull down the street then. I'm like, bet, right? Because at this point, I'm pissed. Like, I'm trying to alleviate the situation, and you trying to jump down my throat and disrespect me and air my business out. Like, the fuck? I ain't do nothing. I didn't even want you involved in this. Your sister called you over here, bro. Why the fuck is you period? Then, like, if it's gonna be on that, then it's gonna be on that. Like, it is what the fuck it is. I'm trying to alleviate all the bullshit, but at this point I'm with the bullshit. Like I told y'all in my drunk Q&A, typically I'm with the bullshit. Like, I'm gonna try to be civil, but if you gonna keep hollering at me, coming at me crazy, disrespecting me, speaking on shit that you don't know nothing about, like, I'm not about to keep trying to be civil with you. At this point, I'm just gonna be with that too. So I got in my fucking car. She pulled off, and I followed her. She pulled off, Jay pulled off, and I pulled off following them so we can go fight, right? My baby dad can fight Bob, and I can fight Jay's sister, right? Long story short, they start like busting rights and lefts, and like they start trying to lose me. Like, they actually end up splitting up. Like, Jay's sister goes in one direction, and then Jay and Bob go in the other direction. So I'm like, what the fuck? I thought we was all going to link up. Which one of y'all is I'm supposed to follow? So I follow Jay and Bob because this is what started this shit to begin with. My baby dad wanting to fight Bob. You feel me? That shit with Jay's sister was like, fuck, that shit was random. Y'all wanted to fight so bad. You feel me? My baby dad wanted to fight you so bad. I told you to leave it alone, but you didn't want to leave it alone. You wanted to fight him back. So why don't y'all just fucking fight? Like, why don't y'all just get over with? I'm done. I'm sick of I've been trying to get in the middle of this shit and alleviate it and break it up since it first happened. And y'all don't want to let this shit go. So fuck it. I'm gonna follow them and y'all just gonna fight, right? So like I said, Jay started driving all crazy, like turning left, right, like she trying to lose me almost. So and she do end up losing me. Like I end up missing where she turned or whatever. And so I'm like, fuck it. I'm going back to the house and I'm finna get the rest of my stuff and I'm going home. I'm over this shit, right? So I turn around and I go back towards my grandma's house. And I turn on the main street and you feel me? I turn on Arlington. If y'all from Akron, y'all know where Arlington is. I turn on Arlington, I'm coming back up the street and I look over and Jay's sitting in the fucking parking lot. She's sitting in a random ass parking lot off Arlington. And so I'm like, okay, there they go right there. And I pull up next to it, right? And I'm sitting there waiting, like I'm looking at Thanos. What the fuck you finna do? This what you wanted, right? There he go. There go Bob. He right there. This what you wanted, right? This nigga just sitting there. Fuck it. At this point, I'm heated. I jump out the car. Like I jump out the car. I go over there to the window. What y'all doing? What's up? What's up? Like you supposed to be. You just was all in grandma's house. Where's a hammer? Where's a hammer? You just was pulling on my car door like you was finna break it, trying to fight this nigga. What you doing? Here he is. They ain't saying nothing. Jay sits there and rolls the window up in my face. What the fuck? So at this point, y'all, I'm just irritated because it's like I've been trying to chill this whole time, but y'all been pressing my button, pressing my button, pressing my button. Y'all been pressing this situation this whole time. And now that I'm amped up, now that I'm ready to go, everybody's sitting here looking stupid, not doing nothing they came to do. All right, then. Whatever. This shit was dumb to begin with. So I get back in my fucking car and I go back to my grandma's house. And once again, I leave this nigga in the car, except for this time I don't pull in the driveway. I leave it parked on the street. So can't nobody box me in, right? So I get out the car, I go in the house, and I'm sorting my stuff out again. Once again, y'all, I hear doom doom boom doom, like just noises, screaming, hollering, and I hear a couple loud like bangs or whatever. And I'm like, bro, what the fuck? I look out the window and it's my loud ass cousin A. I'm gonna just call her A, right? My loud ass cousin A is outside hollering and screaming and some more shit, right? So I come down the steps, I open the door, and Jaden pulled back up with Bob. Jay's sister then pulled back up with our other cousin. And now our other cousin A is outside with her nigga. So now it's 6 people, and then my baby dad is sitting in the car. So now it's 7 people out. Wait, did I say that already? Yeah, Jay pulled back up with Bob. Jay's sister pulled up with our other cousin. Our other cousin A is outside with her nigga, and then my baby dad is sitting in the car. So it's 7 people outside, right? Once again, my baby dad sitting in the fucking car, all the windows up, the door locked, and he won't get out the fucking car. A is running around the fucking car screaming, "Get out the car! Get the fuck out the car! Get out my cousin's car!" Blah 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 blah. Her nigga is like following her back and forth, looking retarded, like a fucking lost puppy. Like she literally running around like a chicken with her head cut off, and her nigga just walking behind her like, babe, calm down, looking retarded as fuck, right? And then Jay sitting in her car looking stupid, and then her cousin, her sister, her sister standing there looking stupid. Like everybody just standing around looking stupid, whilst A running back and forth like a fucking lunatic, right? So I come outside like, bro, what are y'all doing? Like at this point, I'm past pissed. Like, what are y'all doing? Didn't I just tell y'all to get from in front of grandma's house with this bullshit? Then y'all act like y'all want to fight so fucking bad, talking about pull down the street and y'all spent off. Y'all done split up all kinds of shit on some James Bond shit, trying to lose me in traffic. Like, then I pulled up right next to y'all. Bob was right there. My baby dad was right there. Thanos was right there. I pulled up right next to y'all. Y'all rolled the fucking windows up. Y'all didn't want to get out the car. Y'all didn't want no, you feel me? Y'all went with none of the extra shit. After y'all did all of this shit, y'all sat in the fucking car and would not move an inch. So why the fuck are y'all back in front of my house again? Like, well, my grandma's house, but you know, my house, whatever. Why the fuck are y'all here again? What do am I tripping, y'all? Comment down below. Am I tripping? Like y'all, I told y'all from the very beginning, leave this shit alone. Y'all didn't want to leave it alone. Y'all pressed the issue. Y'all pulled up over here, try to break it up. Y'all didn't want to let it break up. I pulled up on y'all to finally give y'all what y'all wanted. Y'all didn't want to get out the fucking car. Why are y'all back here again? What the fuck do y'all want? And it pisses me off because to this day they try to say I was trying to defend my baby dad and I stirred all this shit up. How the fuck did I stir anything up? Y'all all inserted yourself. Half of y'all, the only one person that's actually involved in this is Bob. Because my baby dad went on Bob's social media and disrespected him. The rest of y'all have nothing to do with this. Y'all just adding yourselves onto some shit that have nothing to do with y'all. So at this point, I'm screaming at A, like, bro, calm the fuck down. Like, he's not getting out the car, evidently. I'm not telling the nigga to stay in the car. I don't know why he's not getting out the car. He's not getting out the car. So what are you doing? Like, she's like, oh, I bet you he gonna get out the fucking car. I bet you he gonna get out the fucking car. Now, I don't know how I missed this, y'all. I guess because of just everything that was going on. Like, but A has a fucking crowbar in her hand. So she's like, not a crowbar, the thing that you like take the lug nuts or whatever off of your tire. Like when you get a flat tire, you gotta take the bolts off and you spin it like that. She has one of them things in her hand. And she's like, oh, he gonna get out this fucking car. Oh, he gonna get out the car. And this bitch goes over to my car and she bashes my fucking my side window. She bashes my fucking side window and she bashes my like the shit that you look out the side of the car in. She bashes that shit out. Now, unbeknownst to me, y'all, the bang bang that I heard when I was upstairs that made me come outside, she had already bust my back windshield out. That's what that noise was her busting my fucking back windshield out. So right in front of my eyes, this bitch finishes the job. She goes and busts out my side windows and busts out my mirror, my little left mirror, whatever. So I'm like, oh, okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Stay right there. Stay right there. Stay right there. Don't even worry about it. Stay right there. Stay right there. I got something for you. I go back in the house and I start looking for a hammer. The hammer that Bob was looking for earlier, I start looking for the fucking hammer because since we want to bust windows out, since we want to damage property, okay, cool. Like I'm with all of that. All right, that's cool. Since we gonna bust windows out, let me go get my fucking hammer. While I'm looking for the, I find the hammer, y'all. I end up finding the hammer, but somewhere between where I found the hammer at in the front door, my mind is like, fuck the windows. I'm finna beat this bitch with the hammer. Why the windows didn't do nothing? Her car didn't do nothing to me. I'm finna go hit this bitch in the head with the hammer, right? So I guess fortunately, unfortunately, whatever. When I got back to the window, got back to the front door, A and her boyfriend then left. So this bitch bust my shit out. And then when I went to go get my hammer to participate in the festivities, she goes and jumps in her car and peels off with her fucking boyfriend, right? So now everybody's standing around looking stupid. The neighbors across the street, they holler like, I'm calling the cops. You know, we're calling, the cops are on the way. Gee, fucking thank you. Now y'all want to call the cops after she done already bust my windows out. They was out here doing all these extra theatrics all this time and y'all ain't do nothing. But now that my shit fucked up, now y'all want to call the cops. Gee, gee, thanks for that. Thanks for your assistance. Um, So once she say that, everybody start packing up, leaving, right? Jay hop in the car, Bob hop in the car, peel off with her. Jay's sister and the other cousin, they hop in the car. Everybody peel off and start leaving. So now it's just me and my stupid ass baby dad Thanos sitting here looking dumb. I'm looking extra dumb because my car is fucked. It's glass all on the inside, glass on the outside. Like, and mind you, like I said, Thanos kept smoking all my money up. So, like I said, I spent the last of my money on the rent, meaning I didn't have no money left over to pay my car insurance, right? And I had another reason why my car insurance was so high is because I had like the roadside assistance. I had like the shit that covers like breakdowns and stuff like that. Like, it's a lease car, y'all. I didn't pay the car off. I'm making monthly payments. Ooh, like I said, I have a car note. I'm making monthly payments on the car. So this dumb bitch, you didn't even damage my car. You damaged these white people car. Like, and now I don't have the money to repair this shit. I spent the last of my money on the fucking rent. I don't have the money to repair this shit. So I'm gonna go ahead and, taper the story off here, y'all, because this shit gets real. You thought that was crazy? This shit gets insane after this. But we already an hour in, so we gonna have to save that for part 3 of, my toxic ass baby dad. But just know at this point, half of my family hates me. I'm stuck with this nigga Thanos. My car is fucked up, and I hate my life. Like, I hate my fucking life. And we're going to pick up with what happened after that in part 3 of the series. So with that being said, y'all, if y'all want to see part 3, make sure y'all like the video, comment, subscribe, run it up, 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 run these views up, like, cause we trying to get monetized. Period. Um, yeah, and I'm gonna be back with part 3 pretty soon, y'all. Peace.